I just need a download.
Yeah, got my mind plugged in, getting the good that you gotta give because I'm limited to only me knowing enough to live. But my hard drive crashed and smashed all that I had me like the dang, the diggy dang.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to week 3 of our NFL wrap-up. And we're about to talk about 2 of the greatest games ever. Okay, probably not ever, but to us, they were awesome. And mainly because both of our teams were awesome and they won, and we appreciated that very much. You want to take it away with the Eagles?
Yes, and week 3 was one of the very determinant week for the Eagles. You know, after a very good game with the Bears, and everyone was asking, you know, are the Eagles for real? And I think the Steelers was that test that the Eagles had to prove that they're actually the team to beat in the NFC East. And I'm just as an Eagles fan, I'm happy that the Eagles won that game 34-3. No one really expected the Eagles D to come out as they did. With the Steelers. Carson Wentz again was brilliant.
Carson Wentz has actually been impressing me like crazy. He's determined, he's accurate, and he's tough.
Yeah, he's still, he still had to figure out what's up with this new Eagles quarterback, because of course he's a rookie and he's just playing just like a veteran quarterback. You know, like today, if you saw, he went 23 for 31 for about 301 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he managed that game so well. His throws were perfect. He was able to get away from the receivers, which was pretty good. So I think the Eagles did good. The 2 people that I really have to give a shout out to was Wendell Smallwood. Wendell Smallwood, rookie running back, had 17 carries today for 79 yards and 1 touchdown. Not so many people have heard about Wendell Smallwood until today,
right?
But I did very well. Darren Sproles, man,
he's incredible.
Another just a very, very solid.
I just want to say that juke. No, I think it was like a double juke.
Yeah,
it's like juked them once, then came over here and juked them again. I was like, holy crap!
Yeah,
it's over.
That's the one. I think it went for about 74 yards.
Yeah,
that was good. That was good. So having 128 yards, 6 receiving yards for Darren Sproles, and 1 touchdown. That's huge. That was huge. So I see there's a good, mix that the Eagles are having there with now Wendell Smallwood, Darren Sproles. If you add on to Kenjo Barner and Ryan Matthews, I think the backfield for the Eagles is very solid. The receivers, the offense didn't do such a good job, except for the touchdown for Jordan Matthews. There was really not a whole lot of explosive plays from the offense, but they did what they were supposed to do and had a very good job. The defense was good. Brandon Graham, Michael Jenkins, and Fletcher Cox, man, those guys came up from the defensive end that stopped what we expected to be a very explosive game for the Steelers. The Eagles defense stood and had a solid game. So I think I'm very impressed. 3-0. Next week we are at a bye, and I can't wait for what this season holds for the Eagles.
To be completely honest, and it's very hard to actually admit this, but the Eagles might be better than the Cowboys. They might be better than the Giants. They might be better than the Redskins. I think they actually might be the top team in the division.
Thank you. That coming from a Cowboys fan makes me.
I said might be better than the Cowboys. Slow your roll.
To be very honest, I think what the Eagles have shown in the last 3 games it's just pure brilliance. And what Coach Schultz has brought with the defense, and what we are seeing with Coach Peterson. I mean, it's just very interesting to watch, and the evolution of this team, the offense, the defense, the special teams. I mean, they're gelling so well, and I think it's gonna be an exciting season for the Eagles. So, I'm very excited for the NFC East, for the Eagles, and we'll see how everything progresses as the season goes along.
Yep.
Yes,
indeed. All right, so let's talk about the Cowboys matchup now. The Cowboys played the Chicago Bears, the big bad bruising Bears, and we won 31-17.
yes.
First, let's talk about Dak Prescott, because he is the man in the middle, the man in charge. He went 19 for 24 with 248 yards, and finally a touchdown pass into who? None other than Dez Bryant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that, dude, I was happy like crazy. Not only that, but he ran into the touchdown. So he got a rushing touchdown as well. Carson Wentz doesn't have one of those.
You didn't have to bring Carson Wentz in here. But I have to give it to Dak Prescott. I mean, again, we saw what he did in the first game with the Giants. It was unfortunate that he didn't get to win that game. Mm-hmm. But from what we saw last week against the Redskins, winning that game, and then coming out today against the Bears and just doing giving another magical performance. Was good. It was good. I mean, he was so poised. He was so relaxed, and he was reading his offense. And if there was if he didn't see an open receiver, I mean, he can use his legs also. He can use his feet, which was pretty good. So I think he had another brilliant performance for the Cowboys.
Indeed. Let's talk about Ezekiel Elliott. Dude,
Yes.
I promise he improves like every single game. Gets better and better. He had an impressive game. And the ability to leap.
Yes.
That was impressive.
Yes. When he leaped over the defense, that was good. I think we see very good progress from Ezekiel Elliott, and this guy is just amazing. He started a little slow, but last week had a good game. This week just had a very wonderful game. 140 yards. 140 yards. That's a lot of yards. And he was very powerful. And as he gets comfortable, as he gets, he gets his Zeke mojo kind of going. It's just a nice guy to watch play. So
Absolutely.
Again, just a very solid game from Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, and you can actually tell that Dak and Ezekiel are going to be incredible for like years.
Yeah, they are both rookies.
Yeah.
These guys still have a lot of life into NFL, so
Yep.
I think they'll do some amazing things for the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Dez Bryant. He caught a pass at the very beginning of the game and got injured. And then he came back and he was like, where is he? Where's Dez? I couldn't find him anywhere on the screen most of the time. I was like, is he even not, is he even in the game? But he came back and caught 2 more after that for a total of 40 yards.
Yeah. Again, it wasn't a very impressive game for Dez. At the end of the day, the Cowboys won, but I would like to see Dez Prescott connect more with Dez Bryant. I know whatever happened in the beginning of the game when we thought he sprayed in his knee or something, that health scare there kind of scared a whole lot of the Cowboys fan because we did not know if he was going to be able to come back. So we don't know if that was actually a factor into him not having a very explosive game, but it's very possible. But because I don't think the Bears didn't have such a tight safety push like Josh Norman had on him last week. So still being able to only get 3 catches for 40 yards. Yeah. I mean, he had 1 touchdown, his first touchdown for the season. But I think for someone of Dez caliber, we should be talking about 100+ yards every week. So yeah.
Personally, like when he got injured, I was like, oh no, it's over. But luckily he came back, and he probably wasn't the best, but came back, and he's all right.
Yeah. And I mean, when Dez doesn't have a very good game, we find Beasley and Whitten kind of.
Speaking about Beasley, actually.
Yes.
That's Prescott's favorite guy. Like, you can tell he passes it over to him a lot.
Yes. It's because he's very quick. He's very quick and makes those shallow routes that kind of confuses the safeties and the defense. And I mean,
he's quick and he's so small.
and he opens up. I mean, if I am a quarterback and you go with, and everyone is everyone is covered. And you see an open receiver. So that's why Beasley has been a very instrumental part into Dak Prescott's evolution and success into the game. So he's been able to see his receivers and pass the balls to them. So I think Beasley has been one of those who has made Prescott very, very
absolutely. Whitten was pretty much invisible.
Yes.
To be honest, I think he caught only 2 passes. I think a total of like 50 yards, maybe.
Yeah. And again, I think so. Today, I mean, the Cowboys did so much with the running. Right. Today, the running won the game for the Cowboys, but the Cowboys have to start figuring out something about their passing game. Mm-hmm. They didn't have a very good passing game today. Right. I mean, well, they had okay passing games, but they gotta start having Dez Bryant and Beasley and Whitten all going. If all these 3 guys don't have a good game in one game, that's not very good for the Cowboys. At least someone has to have 100+ yards, at least to compensate for others. Right. They're all not going to have explosive games every game, but at least one of them or 2 of them, or we should see some more than at least 70 or 80 yards going forward. I think that will help the Cowboys a whole lot.
Right. Let's talk about Brian Hoyer. I mean, like, honestly, he did not impress me at all. I thought he was a horrible quarterback. I could be wrong. I don't really watch a whole lot of Chicago Bears matches. But, I mean, what I was actually looking at here was not impressive.
Yeah. I mean, he was the backup quarterback for Jake Cutler.
Right,
and
exactly.
You know what happened to Jake Cutler last week
he got
against the Philadelphia Eagles. So Brian Hoyer came to just fill in for Jake Cutler. I think he did okay. Should have done more. He was missing his receivers like crazy.
Right.
So I think I think he completed about 30 completion for about 49 attempts. That's pretty low.
That's not
pretty low. Although towards the end, he kind of started to pick up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's resulted into the 317 yards total that he had. We could see that coming towards the end, but it was too late.
But you know, like, why that is, right? Because he was desperate.
Yeah,
he had to get things in there.
But I think coming into the game, they should have come with that force to begin with.
Right.
I expected them to come in, to come and start throwing the ball and start trying some deep throws and stuff like that. But we didn't see that from the Bears. So, I mean, although he threw for about 2 touchdowns, but still it wasn't a very impressive game from the Chicago Bears. So overall not so good. But Dallas winning 31-17, very impressive. I give it up to you guys, man.
Oh man, I am very happy about it.
Yeah, we just hope that Prescott continues this trend. Again, no interception
Exactly.
for the 3rd game
Still
in a row, which is good.
Yeah.
So if he continues to play like that, if Tony Romo comes back, if he's in the game or not, I think the Cowboys are in a good position either way going forward. So we'll be here watching the Cowboys game and also analyzing it, bringing it to you guys, and hopefully you guys good luck, man.
All right. Well, everybody, it's a pleasure. Once more, we will talk to you in week 4 of our NFL wrap-up. So,
Nice.
see you
Yes.
later, guys. Peace.